Hey guys, it's me, Jennifer, and today I am continuing to work on the 72 Opel GT. Previously, I removed the gas tank from the car and I've cleaned it up, but I'm trying to figure out what all to do with it next. So today I'm going to go ahead and knock out a few little things, such as replacing the brake booster vacuum hose, which pretty sure by the looks of it has seen better days and is probably the original one. Putting on a new license plate lens on the rear bumper, and installing the new grommet around the fuel tank cap. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so I have a new brake booster vacuum hose that I got from Opel GT source. As you can see, the one that's currently on the car is an old braided one. It's pretty hard, so I'm just, for good measure, going to go ahead and replace it and try to wrestle these clamps off. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to get these little bastards off. Oh my God, just get off of there. All right, little hand protection. There we go. Don't think this is supposed to be as loose as it is, so now it's tight, so that should be good to go. Okay, so I got that end of the hose off. Next clip undone. There we go. Yeah, like this is definitely seen better days. Okay, now for the part over here, which is just a regular clamp. Okay, is that good enough? Disconnect the airbox hose so I can have more room. Okay, I can spin the hose now, kind of. That's progress. Long needle nose pliers for the win. All right, so now I can deroute this. Unroute. Take out. Drop the clamp. Perfect. There. Stupid little fiber wire thing stabbing me. Pop off the check valve. Try not to get stabbed more. This end of the check valve just won't budge, but I want it to. Just a little bit to encourage it. Okay, well, I'll just rip it like that. There we go. Okay, so I got the check valve installed on the new hose. I found a couple of new clamps. I think that's pretty good. All right, now to reroute this thing all the way to the other side. Could reconnect this too, but it also looks like it doesn't have a hose clamp, and it actually kind of feels, oh, a little torn. I might leave that off, just so I remember to get a replacement. I'll slip this over. Clip the hose into place. There we go. Beautiful. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch to something a little bit easier, just to change it up a little bit, and go to do the license plate light on the rear bumper. I have a new Opel GT source license plate lens base and a new lens, but as you can see, this base is pretty wonky. It's literally being held on by a T10 torque screw right now, and that's it. And it's supposed to look like this one on the other side. It's like kind of crooked in there. It's bent. This was supposed to be an easy thing. If I have it aligned where to match that hole, it's not aligned in the bumper. All right, I'm gonna check what the other side is like because this doesn't make sense to me. This isn't right. Bumper's out of place. And this side is missing the bottom piece down here. Like, what is going on with this poor car? I wanna see if I can rotate it, bend it back in place, something. Is that factory? Like, that's horrible. So I guess I'm gonna try to figure out how to bend this bracket back out some. Maybe it'll work finally. But that might be a tomorrow thing. All right, let's see. Oh, that's how you remove it. Ugh. Okay. Just stay. I'm sure I'm gonna catch flack for how I'm doing this. Kinda don't care. Now to get the bottom half of the seal back in the hole. That's pretty stuck, so I'm calling that good. Okay, let's see if I can get the button thing for the rear window on. This might be the last thing I do today because I'm starting to get hungry for dinner, so this will have to continue into tomorrow. I'm going to take off the latch so I can actually just see what's going on. Honestly, it's probably easier to install it with the latch off. My hair's catching on to torn headliner. This car is missing like a lot of screws. What's the point of having this as a Phillips head if you can't Phillips head it? Help me, tiny screwdriver. Turn the thing where you turned all the way you can be. I feel like that's really loose. Maybe it's supposed to be that way. I don't like that. But at least it's on. Okay, so it's the next day. Managed to get the left bumper off. I didn't have to take out the taillights just because the gas tank's out, so I have a ton of room to get back in there. Yeah, so it gets worse the more I look at this thing. I'm pretty sure this car had been bumped in the back on this side. As you can see, the bracket is a little funky. There are also some like hideous welds in here. So what I'm gonna do is try to bang out the bracket so that I can get the base in the right spot. There's also, I don't know why, I'm gonna have to like bang out this, which is the very tip of a screw. And then on the lower part of the bumper, this part is actually bent a little bit downward. And so that's probably what was causing that weird misalignment between both parts of the bumper. So I'll go ahead and hammer out this part too, just to straighten it up a bit, and hopefully we can get both pieces of the bumper to line up properly. Okay, so I managed to get it flattened out quite a bit more, so we'll see how that goes. Now this piece is going to be a little bit harder just because of where it is. Okay, so I have the rear bumper stuck onto the vise. I'm going to try to bend it out by pulling it and such, and we'll see how it goes. I have a couple of the old nuts on the bolt to help kind of protect it since that's welded in. The bracket is pretty bent on the inside. It's kind of like concave or whatever. Fingers crossed that this works because I don't want to have to cut out the bracket and use it as my first welding project or buy a new one or find a parts car. So Okay, so I took a break for like 10 minutes. And then during that little short break, I had a light bulb moment. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back outside. Went ahead and bent this part. I'm gonna call it the tab, just for reference. I bent that so that it was straight with the bracket, straight. And then I took a couple of pliers. One's actually for plumbing technically, and then the other one was just a regular set of pliers. And then started bending it. And then about halfway, I bent the tab back and realized, oh my God, I'm doing something. And I was about halfway done. So I took a little breather, came back to it, got it the rest of the way, bent it back. And now, finally, it lines up to where I'm going to call it good enough. Okay, so it is the next day. I had to bend this bolt back a little bit because it wouldn't go through all the way on the inside, but it should be good now. So I'm going to go ahead and reinstall it. Okay, so I'm going to end up taking the taillight lens off. Oops. And then I'm also going to take out this taillight because that's a lot easier than crawling into the back of this car 50 times. So, all right, so I have the bumper started. I'm going to finish up putting on the rest of it. A little tricky to get into here. Okay, I think that one is good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and finish tightening up this one, which if I can find my socket. This back in place so it's not just hanging there. There. Might as well put the rest of it back together. Probably should have done the lower part earlier, but oh well. Yes, I should have done this before I started putting the bumper on, but I was too worried about getting the bumper to sit that I decided to do it this way. What I'm gonna do is find the other bumper spacer. There it is. Other bolt. Bumper is on, so now just to put on the light. It'd be nice if I could like not drop every little thing. Gasket and light. Okay. All right. There we go. Finally. So that was a bit more project than I thought it would be, but that is it for today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button and feel free to share it with whoever you feel like sharing it with. And if you'd like to help support this channel, you can go to thegearheadgirl.com and become a member over there for some exclusive content. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.